Welcome to NFL Monday Night Football pregame talk with Coach Coyote. Tonight's Monday night matchup is the Cincinnati Bengals at 5-6 traveling to North Florida to play the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 8-3. Tonight's money line, the Bengals are plus 380. Now, what that means is that bet you bet $100 and it will pay off $380 on the Bengals. So that's for tonight's money line. The Cincinnati Bengals, are a plus 380. So you got to bet $100 to win $380, which seems good. But this evens, but the spread is minus 10. So there's something up. So Cincinnati's favored plus 10. Okay, so now when it comes to the spread, the Jacksonville is at minus 10 and Cincinnati is plus 10. So what changes on the money line is now that the Jaguars are on the negative side also, which is negative 500. Now, on the money line, negative 500, that means that a person must wager $500 on tonight's game against and if they pick the Jacksonville Jaguars and put $500 down, they're only going to win $100. And then once again, like it looks like it's a bargain. The Cincinnati Bengals, you put $100 at, put $100 down and you win $380. Seems like a bargain, but don't forget, Jacksonville Jaguars are a favorite, and I'm even saying, yes, okay. I'm ready to make my prediction, Coach. um, okay. Coach Coyote does not gamble because he wants to be partial, but I'm not taking it as a gambling perspective in the sense of that I'm trying to. I didn't have any. I did not gamble tonight, also, but I just use it as a guide to like what the like what the prognosticators think out there because they they're the ones, all those betting companies. This is like an average I found. This is the average I found. But all those betting companies, they hire staff to look into this, and they're out there to make money. Okay, so it looks like then now the over under is 40. Now here's where I get like just stuck, and I go, okay, if I was actually betting, I don't know why I just don't. Who cares if I'm wrong? Correct, Coach? Coach is like, what's the difference if you're wrong? You didn't wager any money. You're right, Coach. You're absolutely right. Yeah, like but I'm pretty okay. If anybody wants to go with my prediction, I just give a warning. Do it at your own risk, because I'm not doing so hot lately. Not very hot lately. But when I'm hot, I'll say it. I'm red hot, Coach. You know what I mean? Okay, Coach. I'll say it like, hey, I'm red hot, man. I mean, well, it's not a guarantee, but I'm red hot. But right now, I'm kind of icy cold. And now, if you want to bet opposite of what I say, it's your own risk too. If I'm right, I'm right. And here's how it works. Now, if I'm right, that means that the Cincinnati Bengals came out of nowhere and pulled together a team, and the Jacksonville was just having a bad game, combined with the Cincinnati Bengals team that was on in sync for that game, whatever reason, or who knows, coaching. Because coaching get into it, of course. Yeah, let's not forget coaching. See, this is when you come in, Coach. Like you can out coach a team, within limits. Like there's only so much a coach can do, but But if it's a good coach team like the Cincinnati Bengals tonight, if they're coached properly, okay, and they could do whatever they got with the quarterback and whatever they got, put out a decent game. What they need is the Jaguars to just have a rotten game of, say, 15 point, two touchdowns, maybe 14 points, 18 points. The Bengals need to at least get over the 18.19. Yeah, so if you're looking at an over under, yeah, that's where you're looking a over under 40. Okay, so you know what? I'll just say it. Who cares if I'm wrong? Remember, folks, if you're writing against me, you do it at your own risk because I'm not that hot. I'm cold right now with my predictions lately. Okay, so the over under at 40, taking the under. Taking the under. But now that's what that under for me is that Jaguars have a decent game, more than 20 points, but the Bengals only scored less than 14 or 30, or maybe 12 or so something like that. So that's now on the spread. Do I take Jacksonville with the spread? No, it's minus 10 here. So if I put $100 down and say Jacksonville win, I'll win 500. But pretty well, if I'm picking Jacksonville to win, I'm pretty well donating that $100. I mean, picking, yeah, well, let's see. I think it's $500 though. $500 to win $100. So many things. See, coach. This is where people get in trouble with gambling. A person like me in my situation, I don't know anyone right now that can really do this. Like, the circle of people or whatever. To win some decent cash tonight, like 100. Is it worth risking $500 tonight to try to win a cool hun? Now, there's another factor. In yesterday's game, I never would have thought it was a factor, but we both seen the game, Coach, and we both realized that there's some really odd officiating lately. I mean, hit and miss is off officiating here, and yesterday's game had some. I'm not gonna like. There's one game in particular and all that. That's. I'm not gonna start picking on refs day and which ref and because now I know which. I'm just gonna know from memory which crew was refereeing that game. So I'm gonna say it. Okay, that's the crew that refereed that game, and you gotta put in the old like something like the wild card factor in is the referees, which it shouldn't be. It's like the wild card factor should not be the referees nowadays. But it's I just don't know what happened there yesterday with all the assistants they have. Uh, okay now. Now I'll just say one thing, Coach, because if you were on the sideline, would you have been? I guess if you were a Kansas City Scout, you would have been on the staff of the Kansas City Scout. You would have said, "Hey, he hit Mahomes. When he hit him when he was on the field, but technically, like he didn't let off, like he just followed through." And that's probably what. Okay, that's not the call I'm talking about. That one is a human judgment call on the field at the time. Now, Coach, I'm just saying this that like, like, okay, when I was watching that's like we were watching it together, remember, Coach, and I was like, well, I think it's the spirit of the way he tried to stop Mahomes. Um, he, I'm not sure if bad call, good call. I don't know. I kind of thought it was kind of late. Like okay, then I guess I'd have to watch it again to see like my reading it took from it is because now the call's been made that it was a rough unnecessary roughness hitting someone, but I gotta see it again. But to to me, it looked like it was pretty close to whatever you can call it. Now, I would like to say you should be able to reverse that call, but with this guy using the video, and I guess they that one is such a judgmental call of I'd have to see it again to to see that like technically his feet was in bounds and hit him. I guess you got to let it go. And if you could see that on the replay, you got to let it go. But then the next play, I guess, the interference. And then I'm going to say this, coach. I know coach is going to hate me for saying this because he's well, I know, not hate. Hate's such a strong word. Coach will just disprove of just because it's what do you call that? It's he'll squirm on this one because of the way I'm saying in the cliche, or maybe you want to gag his lunch out. Well, I'm gonna say with the I think if it was immediately after when it was the second call, when it was the pass interference yesterday. I'm gonna say, well, two wrongs don't make a right, in my opinion. Um, you know, I could say these things on the Coach Coyote show because we're more of an open forum, free flowing, no script. I didn't have a script except for the money line. The only script I wrote was the money line, tonight's money line. That's it. And well, I'll finish off the money line, of course, just to make sure I don't forget. To my was it predictions. Okay, yes, the over under. I said I was picking the under. I'll stick with it. I guess I'll pick the under. With that, I'm picking the Cincy to cover the spread. I'm picking. You know what? Okay, this is what I would do. Okay, if you want to bet with me, you want to bet against me, it's perfect because it's a 50-50 shot. Well, either I'm right or I'm wrong. No, so on the over under, I'm going I'm going with the under. Okay. With that kind of logic, I'm going to put Cincinnati at +10 that Jacksonville won't cover the spread. But on the money line, bet on the Jags. But you got to wager 500. If you're actually going to do it, it's 500. $500 to just try to win $100. I don't have that kind of scratch for games that are a bad day for the Jacksonville team and a good coaching team, Cincinnati, followed by bad calls against the Jacksonville. That's 500 bananas I don't have to blow on to waste on. That's what I mean. I don't have $500. That kind of cash, kind of salad. The lettuce, whatever you want to say, carrots, De Niro. I don't have that 500 De Niros to blow on one game like that. Wow, just to try to win No. I had 5. Why do I need? I don't need that sixth one. I'm good. 5 is good. That's why I look at it tonight. That's why I'm not going to gamble. Say if I had 5 to gamble, I'm not worried about getting a little how do you say like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? To put the cherry on top for tonight. Oh, there it goes. I turned 5. I got $100 off my 5. But I and in the same token, I guess. do I risk? Now this is one you risk if you feel good about it. And no, this one is not point spread. Don't forget tonight in the money line. If someone has a cool $100 burning a hole in their pocket, okay, and they want to bet, and they want maximum payoff, well, you can bet on the Cincinnati Bengals. That cool hun will get you 380. But it's gambling, folks, and you know that you can't cry about it the next day. You can't, hey, coach. You gotta start like for people that like. I'm just this is the last time because I'm mentioning gambling and I I I don't know the adjective I'm gonna try to say is like in some way, you know, that insert your adjective that I'm blank help promoting the lottery, you know, like as in our gambling. I no, I don't. People are gonna serious gamblers are not coming to Sports News Review to listen to some person that's just has nothing doesn't have anything to lose really. No, they're not gambling, not put money in to you know like to use it against uh to 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 use against their for their pick. I mean, now if they want to, someone wants to pick against me, like I said, now everybody's right once in a while, you know. Like if I get I hit on all three, the trifecta. Whereas what? Oh yeah, am I gonna put? Would I put $500? Yes. So I would. Yeah, because I'm picking the Jags to outright win. $500. Yeah. So I guess I would be putting the $500 down. I have to put 500 just to win that hun. That's burning a hole in my pocket. So I could have it. So I could put it underneath that hun. Grab that hun. Put it underneath that hun. Then I got two huns to play with. You get it? 200. I'm sorry. Yeah, so next round I got 200 to play with. See that you got to gamble with the money you gambled, the winnings. You gambled with the winnings. You don't try losses are losses. That's the thing. Gambling is an addiction, and that's like trying to. I guess I'm trying to really convey that like I just don't want to see myself in this world. I guess for other people too. That I don't. You don't. There's gambling is not easy. You might get lucky. The person might get. Who knows? You know, the person might get lucky a couple of times, and the luck streak runs out. Yes, I don't know. Scientifically, is there luck? Okay, we'll do it real quick. I'll push pause and see if there's such what is the scientific term of luck? Because we are talking about gambling too here. Well, Coach, I did some quick looking at the research for about luck, you know, and what is the scientific definition of luck. But I found something, Coach, that might be. I know this is a sports show, but I did get into gambling a bit here. So, is luck real? Okay, this is saying that luck is very quote unquote real with quotes. Okay, and has significant impact on people's lives. Okay, it says, for example, recent research has shown that differences in income for people across the world can, at least in part, be explained by the fluke of where they live and the income distribution in that country. You're lucky to be well off. Is that's what I'm getting at? The science of luck, you know. Okay, I'm not sure. The average person, when they think luck, is like, what is lucky? Lucky is something like they think is like magic. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting from it. Like if you like, I always think of luck as having some just a quick lucky charm. You know, something that can't go wrong because I happen. You know, I I do the right things and that's why I'm lucky. But lucky in the scientific meaning that you increase your odds if is something like how where you live and money. So um, I guess it could refer to gambling also. The more you have to gamble, the more lucky you are because you can afford to lose more. And like luck doesn't know if you're a person. Luck is not tangible in the sense of like it doesn't it's not able to pick and choose whether a person is very well off or not. Luck is the opportunity. That's it. That's what I'm getting from this is that the luck is just the opportunity when it comes to gambling and money and the luck. And well, if only a person can afford it, and I mean afford it, and I truly mean afford it, like a ordinary citizen like me winning $20 million. Can I afford to bet a thousand a month? Yeah, but it's a matter of what I do with the earnings. What do I need more? See, I don't. I'm just at that time in my life where I don't want for more. The gambling is just for an avenue. Like I said, this is be the last time, Coach. I bring this up. I apologize, Coach, for taking up too much of your show like this. Um, but I feel like I gotta explain one last time that like I am not help promoting gambling. I'm just using it as a tool, and I'm trying to feel. And then what I'm trying to feel is like if I'm actually spending money, is yeah, it's okay. Can I can I afford it? No, I can't. I have to talk as if I could afford to bet. That's what I got to overcome right now. Is I can't afford $500. No, but let's just go back again. The money line is $500. There now. I gotta stop in the way of thinking of would I bet $500? No, I'm not gonna bet $500. Like I said, I don't want the extra hunt. But do I think the Jaguars are gonna win? Yes, I'm thinking they're gonna win. Okay. Now the second part with the point spread, are they gonna cover the point spread? The Cincinnati has +10, and obviously the Jaguars -10, which obviously I'm just showing it for the crowd, Coach. The people some that don't really get into gambling, they always see these minuses, pluses, and that. So on their personal scoreboard, like for the point spread, someone's personal scoreboard, if they bet on the point spread and they picked the spread, they picked the positive side, which is the underdog, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. So if they pick the Cincinnati Bengals and their 10-point spread, +10, so on their own personal scoreboard, the game already reads 10-0. So the usually it's a point. I'm surprised I didn't find a half one. I didn't pick a half one, but usually it would be like 10.5. So that way it gives it an. So if it's 9 points, it was obvious a win. But if they have to win more, they have to win by 11, which makes it harder for the better. But what it does is they're trying to entice people, not scare them away. Like they're not going to put like a point. They can't put too low of a spread because if you put like -3, too many, it's just going to be all kinds of people going. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. And then if they take it at -3 and they win by 4, let's just say they covered this. Jacksonville covered the spread. Now everybody, a lot of people be just laughing, going, I could have made a better prediction. These like and then of course there would be people fired. So like we don't know what goes behind the scenes of these gamblers, like who these prognosticators they come and go. Like I don't know. I mean, if you're I don't know, like this, and then there's a point where they pick like you can't be wrong the other way by giving too much of a spread because it it's such a yin and yang. You try there's a middle ground. Now I always thought, what if I knew every game in the future, right? Can I be a prognosticator and do spreads and do uh like the money line and spreads and the over under. No, because you know what the problem is? I'm too good at it, and people are just going to find a way to just like like either bet with me or bet against me. Know the pattern because I know some like they could say to themselves, that person who's doing it, it's like as if they know the score. Yes. See, you can't be perfect at it either from the prognosticator side also because it's the science is in how to do the money line is there's no I don't think there's any my opinion it's you can use all the AI you want but sometimes it just comes down to like they use all the AI they can handle, but then it comes down to like, well, better go with the human instinct, and like they can, you can get your numbers. It's just like today's world of picking a team by analytics too. I mean, you could pick your team by analytics, get your team, and then just add the human factor and see, and then you'll find out how much a person was right and wrong on the human factor. Now, so we'll try one more last time. Make sure I got it. If for the future, I just want to know what I did. So yeah, so the over under. I was taking the under, and I took Cincinnati plus 10. But on the money line, I would take Jacksonville. So I'll play later to see if I'm 3 for 3, 0 for 3, or whatever. See 1 for 2, 1 and 2. I mean, one wrong, two right, two wrong, one right. But we'll talk a little bit about the game. Well, it's pretty obvious, Coach, that it comes down to what I said earlier. It comes down to Cincinnati. Okay, I'm just looking at the logo of Cincinnati, just staring at the B right now, just to get an idea. Where is Cincinnati and nowadays, and what's happened? What Joe Burrow was supposed to be in this game, and beginning of the season, we would have thought maybe Joe Burrow will eventually be in this game, but uh, then it wasn't that bad after all. The Bengals were improving. Then this injury came up, and I think there hasn't been. I haven't checked the news. I'm going to do the news tomorrow with Sylvester, and that I have to do a script for. I'm going to have to write a whole script and finish it in the afternoon and do the recording in the afternoon. But it's going to take me a couple hours in the morning to do the NFL news script. Um, so, well, I'm looking. Like I said, I'm staring. I should say I'm staring at the B, and of course we all expected Joe Burrow to be in this game, and well, we of course they could have been favored with Joe Burrow in it and the money line and everything would have been changed, but it is what it is as that expression goes down, right? Uh, we have to accept that today's Monday Night Football. That's on the schedule. There it is. Cincinnati Bengals playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars are at home. And let's go. We got to roll. The show must go on. Even without Joe Burrow, without Joe Burrow, without Patrick Mahomes, without insert your favorite quarterback. The show's got to go on. Okay, so where are you, Cincinnati? I'd have to. Okay, I'd have to look up. I'd have to pause and quickly look. I'm not even know the stats on the quarterback that's starting tonight for Cincinnati. So I'll have to hit pause right now. All right, Coach, I got it now. Sorry, Coach, I should have looked it up earlier, but I know you were looking up AJ McCarron, but I wasn't. And okay, let's see. Okay, AJ McCarron, height 6'3", 220 pounds. He's 33 years old. He's in Alabama. The draft info at 2014, he was fifth. It was picked 164 for Cincinnati. Okay, so his first year, it looks like it's see 2015 with Cincinnati. Did he come back? Bengals number 4 quarterback. I'm looking to see 2017, 2018 Oakland, 2019, 20. Oh, okay, I gotta look for career. Okay, career. Wait, what? How is there such a gap here? Okay, in 2015, AJ McCarron started for Cincinnati. Only played 7 games. 2016, he only played 1 game for Cincinnati. 2017, he only played 3 games. 2018, played 2 games for Oakland. I didn't know this, coach. I didn't know who AJ McCarron was. 2019, 2 games for Houston, 2 games for 2020 Houston. So he hasn't really, like, how did they get 33? Let me let me pause and look up why they need to get AJ McCarron. Oh, coach, I didn't realize it. Probably you realized it because you were watching, you were doing more XFL stats, but I never got to see the St. Louis Battle Hacks. Battle Battle Hacks. The St. Louis Battlehawks, if I remember correctly. Yes, of the XFL, because AJ McCarron was playing in the XFL. So McCarron led the XFL with 24 passing touchdowns and 26 touchdowns overall. So he must have ran in for 2. So playing in 9 games for the Battlehawks in 2023. Oh wow! Okay, so I was wondering how did the gaps and everything. So it's a feel good. So I never seen any St. Louis Battlehawks games, and I only got to see like what they showed on television, and I would have been impressed. I would have been impressive to see the dome. I seen the Seattle. There's it the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Sea Dragons, and that was fun to watch the Seattle Sea Dragons on a Friday night, XFL or Saturday night, whatever it was, and okay, so AJ McCarron was in the XFL, which I don't. That sounds good. I like that, coach. Coach too likes it because it's like it's nice to be able to have fun watching spring football and seeing that it actually pays off. Okay, so his NFL career is not much, but I guess they just see that he could just fill in for tonight, as they say. Like, like, okay, now pro sports players will admit it and say, yes, we are in the entertainment field. It is a sporting event, but the entertainment field is also the entertainment factor is there, and quarterbacks are become like like how do you say it? Like it would be like if it was tonight was an opera. The the main tenor, singer, like it could be I don't know the female, and uh, that that would be the quarterback, I guess. The coach would be the coach. You would be like the conductor. I I gotta say, yeah, isn't that how it works? So tonight it's a sporting event where you have an actual, there's a coach and he's not a conductor. He's not a conductor. He does conduct the plays here and there, and of course, coordinates everything. Uh, but so the show must go on. I said it earlier. Now, uh, it's like he was on the practice squad and he was upgraded from the practice squad. I guess it was just his maturity. Oh, like he's he's been on NFL teams. He's seen enough games from the sideline, participated in a few here and there as I've seen, but he's like, and be and he got his chance of at the XFL to start, and that way like the mechanics is there. and just he just knows more. Like what is the coaches just trust that he's seen it, and there's going to be all kinds of defensive reads, all that, So I'm gonna have to say, I guess they felt that AJ McCarron was just picking it all up, and they signed him from the practice squad, and they put him on the 53 person roster, and there's tonight's game. So, but on the other side, you got Trevor Lawrence. Uh, Trevor Lawrence, 8-3 now. What I'm looking at the logo too now. For well, actually, look at the logo there, and it's like, okay, 8-3, go. Um, you know, like I said, they just needs a game out of Trevor Lawrence, a decent game out of Trevor Lawrence. Enough, like if if uh if it's 31 points, 21 of it, three touchdowns and some field goals. Let's say, or maybe, yeah, 3, 6, 6, 9, 4. It'd be 32 points. Yeah, 21. No, three. No, it's too many. Then 3, 6, 9, 30. Okay, let's just make it 30 points instead of 30 points. If Okay, now, three touchdowns and three field goals for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would say that's a decent game out of Trevor Lawrence. You can't ask for more than Trevor Lawrence, whatever the defense has given him. Okay, now if if the if the Cincinnati Bengals put up more than 30 points, I hate well, I hate such a strong word, but it's always like that feeling of, oh well, Trevor Lawrence didn't lose but they call it a loss for Trevor Lawrence. He's the, it's just like anything in life where whoever's the captain gets the blame, whoever's the coach sometimes gets the blame. Who's ever in charge gets the blame, whether they knew it or not. Whether it was, like even down to presidents and prime ministers and whatever. Well, ultimately, can they get the blame? That's up to public opinion. That's a different category. But actually, it's that's also public opinion too. When you think about it, who's getting the blame for the game? That's usually public opinion going, Joe Burrow. Because I don't think Joe Burrow. He always said AJ McCarron. AJ McCarron. Lucky I'm not doing any live stream tonight, so I don't have to memorize that. Remember, it's not Joe Burrow. Okay, so uh, it's like it's a question of me saying now: is it Trevor Lawrence's fault that the defense couldn't hold the Cincinnati Bengals, led by AJ McCarron? See, it sounds so mean. It sounds mean to say it like that. Hey, coach, I don't mean coach. That's why I probably couldn't be a coach. Coach, coach. I could not be coaching Coach Coyote because I just not that you're mean. I mean, coaches really kind. Don't let that. That's the stern look of like. I know he's looking at me, going, "Where are you going with this?" Hey, you're right, Coach. It's your show. Where am I going with this? You're right. Okay, time to hit the brakes on this one. Slow down. Let the coach take over. Get back to his notes here. I read some of your notes, Coach, but you're saying that so you're just saying that you. I like that. Sounds nice. You expect to see Trevor Lawrence do a good performance, as in like a good job on the field, a quarterback in the team, and you expect to maybe see some hiccups from AJ McCarron, which you're not going to scold him if you were the coaching staff of the Cincinnati Bengals. At the, he's got enough problems as it is. How bad could it be? You know what I mean? Like, we're all adults, we understand, but You just can't make things. In my opinion, my coaching philosophy. I don't. It's a little bit of coaches there too. Coach Coyote's philosophy is that, like, at the time of the game, there's no need for screaming, yelling. We're all professionals. It goes back to like, coach. This is separate from you. I'm not going to include you. Like when Coach, Sean McDermott. I disagree with it, Coach. I'm not going to let. Coach Coyote has got no opinion with Sean McDermott's call to bench, Cook, James Cook, running back. So yeah, like another thing is sorry, Coach, but Sean McDermott's showing that like coaches can affect their own team by the oddest calls. Like you benched your star running back for that game. That game at the time, he was hot. All because one little play. Like, come on. You don't do that for other players, do you? No, not really. But for some reason, Cook gets it. All right. So, Coach and I are going to watch the game. It's going to start, and I guess 14, let's say, now by the time I load this video, maybe 15 minutes. If it takes a few minutes to load up the video, and we might do a quick post game show. We'll see how the coach is feeling. Okay, I'm feeling good today, so we'll see how the coach is feeling. We'll do a post game show. But with that, with the Coach Coyote and I, both of us are saying over and out.